Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box, where today I want to talk about a song that really annoyed people because not that it was a bad song, it wasn't. A bit sappy, but not by any means a bad song. But in the late 90s, Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On was so overplayed, and everyone thought they could sing it, and most people couldn't. It was the vocal equivalent of the kid in the Guitar Center playing, or at least attempting to play, the intro to Stairway to Heaven. And just so imagine that you work at a Guitar Center and every hour on the hour do, but out of tune on the guitar. And every hour two, oh boy. Imagine that times a million with this song. But jokes about being oversaturated, and boy, it was so oversaturated you could say that it was even more saturated than the Titanic was at the bottom of the sea. Too soon. Anyway, let's actually talk about the merits of this song because there's a lot in hindsight that we can say about it. It was one of the lost, not the lost, but one of the lost super popular songs to have its focal point on vocal virtuosity. And there was lots of that in the 90s. Think Mariah Carey with that virtuosic range. Think of Celine Dion's other hits. And even though Dion and especially Mariah Carey very much made it into the 21st century with their popularity, fewer and fewer new artists, male or female, show off virtuosic vocal heroics the way that they did in the 20th century. And maybe it's because of a backlash against what happened in the 90s when very talented vocalists like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, who had reached a height in the 90s after coming out in the 80s, and Celine Dion, they got tired of "And I Will Always Love You" with the high note Whitney Houston, and Mariah Carey, breaking glass with that incredible range, and then this song. And maybe people thought we had enough. We just want the women to, sing sort of middle of the road without vocal heroics. And the same with the men. I did a video on Michael Bolton the other day. Not many Michael Boltons came out in the 21st century. So the question is this just a reflection of the trends in production that went away from sort of 90s style neo R&B and sort of rock pop and more towards a hip hop style of production, which didn't necessarily lend itself to vocal singing heroics? Or is it because this style of vocal heroics went to such an extreme in the 90s with talented people like Whitney and Mariah and Celine, so you know them all on a first name basis, that people just sort of got tired of it? Is it also because Cher, who's quite vocally heroic herself, sort of changed all of this at the very end of the 90s by using auto-tune on her hit Believe, which made everyone wanting to sound not like a virtuoso singer, but like a computer? Cher, of course, used it as an effect. She can sing. A lot of people use it as a crutch because they can't sing. So maybe that's one of the reasons too. But in any case, this song, love it or hate it, you definitely know it if you were around then. It was one of the lost songs where it was really all about vocal heroics, leading the charge straight into the iceberg. As always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.